Hello, this is Jason from Genealogy.org. This is a quick tutorial on how to use HanJa characters, which is an essential skill for doing Korean genealogy. If you know how to draw a HanJa character, you can go to hanja.naver.com. You can draw the character, then select, it comes up with all the ones that are the closest, select the one that you wanted, puts it here. If you hit this gumsec button, gives you the Chinese character, the Korean version in HanGul, tells you how to pronounce it, it's Ja. Gives you the definition in Korean, Ado, which is son, and then it gives you a bunch of words that character is used in. You could copy this character. Let's say you didn't understand the Korean definition. Copy the HanJa character with Control-C, go to a HanJa dictionary, Control-P to paste it. This is my favorite HanJa dictionary, it's hanjadic.bravander.us. And there you get the English definition. You also get the Korean pronunciation, Ja, Korean definition, Adol, and there's the Chinese character or HanJa character for Ja. Most of your time spent researching Korean genealogy is probably going to be on FamilySearch.org. They have images of scanned Korean family records there. Here's a typical one. Let's say you didn't know what this character was. There's an easy way to figure that out without even having to draw it like we just did earlier. You can go to this capture-to-text program. This is an open source program found at sourceforge.net. You can download it and install it. After you've installed it, go to the directory where it was installed, double-click on the capture-to-text.exe file. That'll execute it. Once it's executing, you get this icon down at the bottom, capture to text. If you right-click on that, you can set up options. Make sure the OCR language is set to Chinese and the NHOCR version. The reason we choose that version is because the orientation of the text is going to be top to bottom in Korean genealogies, and this is the only one that does top to bottom. The other ones do left to right. Also enable the show pop-up version, at least that's how I like to do it. Now we can go back to Family Search. Place the cursor in the upper left and hit the window button and Q button at the same time, then draw, let me try that again, window Q, release that, then draw a rectangle around the character, hit the left button after you've drawn the rectangle. Now it takes the image and converts it into text. We can copy that with Control-C, then we can go to the HanJa dictionary and paste it with Control-V, hit enter. Here's the Korean pronunciation, Nya, for this Chinese character or HanJa character, and the definition is woman or girl. So if we go back to Family Search, every time we see that character, we know that it's a daughter. The other character we see here is the character for a son. So there's son, son, this is an adopted bloodline son, a daughter, and a son. Usually these adoptions, what this means is you go up to his father, he didn't have a son, so he took his brother's second son, usually, and adopted him to continue his bloodline. Now let's say, in this case, this is a nice record because it shows the name in HanJa and then it shows it in HanGul characters, so we know how to pronounce it. A lot of them don't have this HanGul translation, and they're just in Chinese characters or HanJa characters. So if you wanted to know how to pronounce this in HanJa, you could place, or in Korean, you could place the cursor here, hit window Q, outline the name, a two-character name, which is typical. Copy this, Control-C, go to the HanJa dictionary and paste it. And you can see that you pronounce his name Hong Gyun. If you don't know how to read these simpler HanGul characters, I have my book online for free at KoreanGenealogy.org, and it has a section on how to read HanGul characters. And of course you could take that, paste it in another document so that you could use it for later. If you also wanted to remember the Korean version, you could paste those one character at a time, copying and pasting. So there's Honggyun in Chinese or HanJa characters and Honggyun in HanGul characters. Hope that helped. And if you need to remember any of that or want a quick reference to the links, you can go to KoreanGenealogy.org, where I have all of those listed under links. And if you go, so there's all the links there. And if you go to Korean Genealogy Guidebook, the book is here online, and it's got a section on how to read HanGul characters. There's a page on each of the characters and how to pronounce each of the characters that are there. Hope that helps. Thanks.